I don't know what to use for the title of this video. It could either be I accidentally got high or I accidentally drugged myself. It's not clickbait, it's the truth. But if I say I got high in the title of a video, my parents are gonna get worried and then they're gonna be like, what's going on? I already told them about the situation, so they know that everything's okay. But I accidentally got high. It's been a weird week. Hey guys, it's Megan. Hey guys, it's Megan, and if you're new here, you should totally subscribe to my channel so you can become a part of this awkward little internet family I have going on. We just hit 100 subscribers, which I think is totally awesome, and I think it's totally awesome that we hit 100 subscribers on Friday the 13th, which was this last weekend, but for you guys it was the weekend before this weekend. But this isn't the video I wanted to upload for today. This was actually supposed to be my Staying Sane in College video, but I felt that this was a little more appropriate because it just happened and I didn't want to forget it, and I felt that it would make more sense to record a video about what happened like kind of soon after it happened. And I'm also having trouble staying sane in college, so it wouldn't really be appropriate for me to make a video about how I'm staying sane in college when I'm not staying sane in college. So yeah, I didn't sleep last night. That doesn't have much to do with this video, but I mean, I guess it kind of does. But I was up all night writing a paper, which I haven't finished yet. I need to finish that after I record this video and edit it. But I was also up editing Friday's video, so it's still not my birthday yet, even though you guys are seeing this video the Monday after my birthday. The next video that goes up will be a story time, and then the video after that will be my birthday vlog. So yeah, sorry, my birthday vlog or birthday weekend vlog is gonna go up a little bit later. It's gonna go up like a couple weeks after my birthday, but that's okay. Or I guess it's only like a week. Anyways, that's not what this video is about. So I have insomnia, depression, anxiety, ADD, vitamin deficiencies, all that. I have a thyroid issue too, which is kind of important to this story. But all in all, I have 7 pills that I'm supposed to take daily. I don't always take all of them. I take the ones that are necessary, but like my sleeping pills I've been nervous about taking, and I haven't actually taken them like I'm supposed to because I'm nervous about taking them because they scare me. Which, don't yell at me, I know I'm supposed to take my sleeping pills, but like I don't want to. So like, for the first time in forever, I actually woke up at 8 a.m. and was gonna get ready and be productive and, you know, get ready for my day. And the first thing I do in the morning is I take my morning pills, which are my ADD medication and my thyroid medication. And normally I read the bottles before I take my medications, and for some reason, on Tuesday last week, I didn't think twice about reading them, and I took what I thought was my thyroid medication. Bottles look exactly the same, but they are very different, and it wasn't my thyroid medication. I knew something was off when the pill tasted weird, and for some reason I didn't look at the bottle when I realized the pill didn't taste right, and I just took more water in and swallowed it because I thought that maybe I just held it on my tongue a little too long, which sometimes that happens and it does taste weird, but it doesn't taste as weird as it tasted. But then I read the bottle, and I don't normally say f when no one else is around, but this was one of those moments. I said f and immediately tried to throw up in my trash can. Because my sweet mate, she was in the bathroom and I didn't want to like bother her and be like, hey, I need to go throw up in the bathroom. I took the wrong pill, so I tried to throw up in the trash can, and I can't physically make myself throw up for some reason. I don't know why, I just can't force myself to throw up. So I came to the realization that, well, great, I'm stuck with this for the day. I don't know what's gonna happen. This is going to be a really scary, interesting day. So, there's people talking in the hallway. Jesus, why do you guys talk so loud? So I came to the realization that this was going to be a pretty bad day. I had work at 11 a.m. And then I had an exam I had to take at 1:30 p.m. and this pill was supposed to last 8 hours, which it definitely did. Before getting ready for the day, I immediately Googled all the, what was gonna happen if I tried to fight what the sleeping pill was gonna do, and I couldn't really find much other than that the internet said I was going to get high, which was what happened. So I sat right here at my desk for about 10 minutes and just cried my eyes out, and I was so anxious and I was panicking because I wanted to do well on this exam and I didn't want to miss the exam because I screwed up and took the wrong pill. So I consider myself a pretty strong-willed person, so I convinced myself I would be fine and I could fight the effects of the pill, which I was able to do, but I'm never going to try that again, ever. And I would not recommend any of you doing it because it's not fun. And I know the whole idea of getting high sounds like it would be super fun and great, but this was not fun at all. And I don't recommend doing it, ever. So apparently when you force yourself to stay awake on sleeping meds, you do get kind of high, and I didn't enjoy it at all. I was so out of it, so paranoid. I'd laugh at literally anything, which, I mean, normally I'm a pretty friendly person that laughs a lot, but I was literally laughing at the way my arms felt. That was how weird it was, and I didn't like it at all. And I felt like I was gonna throw up all day. It was not a fun feeling. I hate being nauseous, and I get nauseous a lot, but it was the kind of nauseous where I literally felt like I was gonna throw up, and luckily I didn't. I have a pretty strong stomach, but it was not fun at all, and just thinking about how I felt makes me want to gag. So I needed to eat before going to work. So I went to the Quad, which is this dining center on campus that's about half a mile away from my dorm. Maybe less than half a mile, about half a mile. And the whole walk there was fine. I was okay, and I thought, okay, this is gonna be fine. Maybe I woke myself up and told my body, hey, it's morning time, fight this sleeping pill, you're gonna be fine. But the second I got my food, I felt instantly like I was gonna pass out. You know that feeling where the edges, it feels like your peripherals are turning black and the edges of your vision are just gone. And the center of your forehead feels freezing but also super sweaty, and you feel like you're gonna throw up. Yeah, that's what I was feeling. It wasn't fun. So when I could barely see and I was holding a plate of eggs and a cup of carbonated water, which I drink carbonated water because I have access to it at the dining centers, and it's an easier way to drink water for me because regular water is just ugh. And I have a hard time forcing myself to drink it, but that's not the point. Point is, I was holding a plate of eggs and a cup of water, and I was trying to walk to where I was going to sit, and I could barely see, so I walked as carefully as possible, and I'm sure I looked drunk or stoned or whatever, and I got to my seat and I kind of just sat down like this, resting my face in my hands, and just calmed myself down because my heart was beating so hard I could feel it in my throat. And I checked my pulse and it was I don't know, 50 something, which is more of the resting heartbeat of somebody who's a good athlete. And for me, that's my sleeping heart rate, I'm pretty sure. So my body was getting ready to sleep. And my mind was you're awake, you need to be awake, you have an exam in a couple hours, you work in an hour. So I forced myself to stay awake, I drank my water, but I felt like I was gonna throw up, and I hate that feeling so much. I'm pretty sure I was sitting there like this for 5 minutes before I was able to really get myself together again. I drank a ton of water because I was told that it would help, and I also drank a Monster and a couple cups of coffee because I needed to stay awake. I was not about to miss an exam because I screwed up and took the wrong pill because I didn't read the bottle. So yeah, my screw up was not about to screw up my grades, which that professor, he does drop the lowest exam score, and if you do miss an exam, he'll just drop that score as your lowest. But this was an exam on stuff that I knew. I wasn't gonna miss an exam where I knew the content because I was high. So I went to work, didn't tell my boss that I was all messed up from taking a sleeping pill. I was just really groggy and slow and took a minute to comprehend everything, but I was fine. And then I got to my exam and I was so nervous because I didn't want to fall asleep taking this exam, and I didn't know what was going to happen if I tried to like stimulate my brain while it was trying to fall asleep, or my body was trying to fall asleep. But luckily I was able to take the exam, and I finished it within like 30 minutes, which is normal. And like in college, after you finish an exam, you're usually allowed to just leave. And normally I would have like sat out in the hallway and waited for my next class, because my next class was at 3 p.m. in the same room as that class, but I didn't have anything due in the next class, and I knew that if I was sitting down in a classroom for another hour and 15 minutes, I would fall asleep. I could feel that I was not going to be able to fight this much longer, so I skipped that class. I know, do not skip class in college unless you have to, but skipping that class was not going to affect my grade, because just missing one period was going to be fine. Wish I had emailed the professor and told her what happened, but it's okay. I'm going to be fine in that class. But like, I was just like, I wasn't going to sit there through that class and try to stay awake fighting a sleeping pill. So I went back to my dorm and laid down in my bed, and I don't remember falling asleep. I do remember feeling very caffeinated, because I had a lot of caffeine trying to keep myself awake for that exam. And then when I got back to my dorm, I just laid in bed and stared at the ceiling for about, I feel like it was probably 10 minutes, and then I was out. I don't remember falling asleep. All I remember is getting back to my dorm at about 3, or it was more like 2:50 when I got back to my dorm, and then laying in bed, I remember looking at the time on my watch, seeing like, okay, it's like 3 now, 3:20, and then I was just out. So I think I probably fell asleep at like 3:20. And all I remember was waking up at like 7 p.m. thinking, I am exhausted and it's dark out. I was only awake for a little while the sun was out. And it was just really disorienting, because I was awake and then fell asleep and woke up and it was nighttime. And I think that's why my sleep schedule got all messed up this week, because I accidentally took the wrong pill at 8 o'clock in the morning. It's so embarrassing that like the first time I actually took my sleeping pill was at 8 o'clock in the morning on accident. I'd been so scared to take that pill because I didn't know what the side effects were going to be, and I didn't know how it was going to affect me. And then the first time I took it, I had to fight off the effects, and it was awful. And now that I know how it like makes me feel, I don't know if I want to take it, because that was not a fun experience. And I know what it feels like when it tries to make you fall asleep. And I didn't like that feeling. It's a feeling that gives me a ton of anxiety. Long story short, last Tuesday was a train wreck, and I'm glad I survived that. I ended up getting a 93% on that exam, which is a pretty good score, but I could have done better if I wasn't all drugged up on sleeping meds. So I'm glad I didn't fail the exam, and it will help my grade with the score I got, but I know I could have done better if I had just read the pill bottle before taking it. So I'm definitely never taking medications again without reading the pill bottle, but that's also something that you should do generally. You should always read your pill bottles before taking them. Don't do stupid things like me and just take them without reading them, because you might end up in a situation like me. And it was not fun, and I know I looked extremely out of it, and I guess I looked really high according to some people, and I didn't have a good time. It was not fun, and it was a pretty bad experience in general, but it was funny. I'm gonna laugh about it in the future, because again, it was a funny thing, but I wouldn't do it again. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please be sure to give it a big thumbs up, because it really helps me with making new content for you guys. And if you haven't subscribed already, you should do that so you can join my awkward little internet family that happens to be growing pretty quickly now. Now that I said that, it's probably going to stop growing, but prove me wrong, please. You should also turn on notifications so you get notified every time I upload a new video, which should be every Monday and Friday at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. I love you, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.